What is up? Today in our video, we're going to learn how to find the C value in the trinomial to complete the square. We're trying to make this a perfect square trinomial. There's only one value for C that we can use. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does he mean by completing the square? Completing the square is just a different method that we use to solve a quadratic. Now, you are also asking yourself, didn't we solve quadratics through factoring? Yeah, if you watch my previous videos, that's exactly what you did. But the problem with quadratics is you can't always solve them by factoring. Factoring sometimes is a very quick and easy way to solve them. And other times you're not allowed to do it. It won't work. So you need to know how to complete the square. It's just essentially a different method that we use. You're going to learn 3 of them. So you've already learned factoring. Now you're going to learn completing the square. All right, so first and foremost, we need to find what that C is. So we need to take this B value. Remember, this is AX squared plus BX plus C. We want to take the B value, negative 16, and we divide it by 2, put that in parentheses, and then square it when all is said and done. So I'm going to write that over here. This is your rule. You're taking the B value, whatever it may be. In this case, it's negative 16. You're dividing that by 2 and squaring it. That will give you your C value that you need to use to make this a perfect square trinomial. All right, let's do it. Negative 16 divided by 2 is 8. Excuse me, it's negative 8. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. And then we want to square that. Your C value when doing this will never end up being a positive because when you square, or being a negative, because when you square a negative, it will always end up as a positive value. So negative 8 times negative 8 would equal a positive 64. We now know what our C value would have to be here to make this a perfect square trinomial. So we're going to say x squared minus 16x plus 64. We now have a perfect square trinomial that we can break down from this point in our future steps. All right, stick around. Let's do one more of these. All right, let's do x squared plus 20x plus c. We need to find what the c value is to make this a perfect square trinomial. Again, our rule is take the b value, divide it by 2, and then square it. So our b value here is 20. We want to divide that by 2 and then square it at the end. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 squared is 100. So we're going to say plus 100. We now have a perfect square trinomial that we can work with when completing the square. Now, you might not know how to fully complete a square yet. This is basically just step 1, but I'm going to show you in my next video what we do once this has been completed. Thank you for sticking around. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.